certainly not in any way sneezing at Artavius Jones' ranking. We're talking about another top 125 player nationally, another top 20 player in the state of Florida, defensive lineman out of, and I had to look this up because I had no idea where Bluntstown, Florida was. I believe it's up in the Panhandle.
Yeah, Bluntstown, Florida is like in the shadow of Tallahassee there. As I'm opening up the Google Maps just to be sure, if I can just close that side panel. It is populate. Come on. But yeah, it's up there. It is actually west of Tallahassee, just south of I-10 there off of Route 20. So yeah, way up in the Panhandle, almost getting to where it is on Central Time, even that far west. Because there are towns in Florida that are actually on Central Time. Towns like Niceville, actually, that it's not all the way. It's closer to Tallahassee than that, but yeah, there's towns like further over. You get towards the Pensacola, towards the Niceville, and whatever. They're actually on Central Time because they are that far west. It's not that far west, but regardless of where he is from, this is a big, ornery dude who adds a level of size and athleticism to the Canes that we need. He's listed at 280. I saw D Money on Canes Insight said that he's actually that listing is inaccurate. He's probably closer to 305, 310. But he's a jumbo athlete who played all over the field last year. And this is a guy whose ranking really rose this spring. Teams from all over the country were looking to get him on campus, with visits and offers. He did take a visit to UCF, and also Miami really pushed hard. The other, school with a name was East Carolina, but I mean, he has 28 offers per his 247 page right now. If you look into June, Wisconsin offered, UAB offered. If we go any more, Tennessee, Louisville, Oregon offered in May. So did Tulane. If you go a little bit further down, past Tulane, Indiana, Tennessee, LSU, Florida State, Oklahoma, Mississippi State. So, that's emblematic of somebody who really broke out on the field as a junior, where he's going around and he's doing these camps and he's being seen more. So then teams are like, oh, hey, maybe this is a guy we can bring in to our team. But yeah, he's a guy who can play. He's going to play D-tackle for us. And he's just a big dancing teddy bear in there. And you just love it, man. He's quick. He's big. He's fast. He's strong. Obviously, I think that the defensive tackle position, like offensive line, is one that takes some time to develop. Just the physicality, the maturity of the body, like we talked about last week, and also the technique to really fight in there against grown men every single snap that you're on the field. But getting a guy, a top 165 player in the country, top 25 player in the state of Florida, you can't be mad at that, bro. You cannot be mad at that. And again, when you're beating all these other teams, and even if, the counter positive is for those other teams, it's like, well, we offered him, but it was a camp invite. And we didn't really push for his commitment and everything. That looks worse for y'all, and you want to trust your evaluations. And we talked about this with taking some of these other guys who I think are going to see their rankings rise. But, excuse me, I think that Artavius' ranking is going to rise during his senior year. And it's already starting in the top 165 of the country. You know what I mean? So, yeah, he's big, fast, strong, very talented guy who played, both ways, fullback, offensive line, defensive tackle, linebacker, all over the field for Blountstown as a junior. And, yeah, just really looks to bring an elite skill set as a big athlete, to Coral Gables at the end of the season. Mr. HD making a great point. He says he'll be a top 100 player by the end of the season. Andrew Ivins, formerly of Inside the U, now the national scouting director for 247, said that he's a freak athlete. And we know this because Andrew Ivins keeps the freaks list every year for 247. So if he's saying like the college football freaks list, right? Wait, no, that's Bruce Feldman. But the high school freaks list, Andrew does and publishes every single year from all the camps and things that he goes to see. So now this dude has been doing this for a long time. I know Andrew Ivins personally. I remember when he was just graduated from FAU, starting out in preps and everything, when we're at all these camps together. So, like, I trust his opinion more than I trust most because I've seen a lot of the things that he saw with my own two eyes. So I will say I will support what he says. And if he's somebody out here who keeps the list of high school recruit the senior level, like the freaks list on top, the elite athletes, and he's saying that, again, it only doubles down what I'm saying. This is a freak athlete, a huge get for Miami, and another blue chip that continues Miami's great run only a couple days after getting Josiah Trader, and you just want to keep it going, really.
To get you caught up on all the stats concerning Jones and also Trader for Artavius Jones, 14 tackles for loss this past season, 58 total tackles, 3.5 sacks. And then we also have, and he had a pick included. Yep. And then on JoJo Trader, 47 catches, 743. That's 15.8 per, 7 touchdowns. And then as a sophomore, 26 catches, 23 yards per, 6 touchdowns for Josiah Trader.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, no matter how you slice it, those are two great gets in the world of recruiting. It raises Miami's ranking in this class up to 14th. And again, you just look to continue to have that momentum. You look to keep that going. And again, in the month of July, you have Marquise Lightfoot, second highest rated player in the class on July the 3rd, kicking off the fireworks. Then you get Josiah Trader on the 13th. And then the next day you follow with Artavius Jones on the 14th. Miami's starting to cook. And even if you go back a little bit into June, Kevin Riley, 4-star running back, on the 19th, Elijah Lofton from Bishop Gorman on the 15th, Cam Pruitt from Theodore, Alabama on the 10th. Like, they're starting to be Ryan Mack on the 26th. They're starting to be some momentum. Derek Plaz on, July 7th as well. So you just want to see this keep going and really, really, really start honing in on guys at the top of the board.
Talking Canes here at the Voice of College Football. It's a Wednesday night with Cam Underwood from State of the U. Get on over to stateoftheu.com. It's on SB Nation, stateoftheu.com. Check out what they've got available there. John, thank you so much for reminding everyone that we do have Voice of College Football merch, including a Miami line. And then John is on top of to the point. I have no idea. I don't know if this is a made-up fun fact. The Voice of College Football swimming trunks are now the 6th best-selling item.
Okay.
I don't even know that. I don't know where that comes from.
Somebody's disaggregating that data over there. I love it.
Let's stay with the recruiting before we move on to some other personnel news.
Okay.
Who are the big targets right now? Like, who should everyone be keeping their eye on that could be falling one way or the other here in the next few weeks?
Well, you just had a decommitment from oh Lord, my brain. Somebody in the chat, help me out. Just decommitted from Georgia.
Okay.
Hayward, the cornerback safety from
Jalen Hayward
from Rockledge. There we go. Thank you. Borderline 4-star, 5-star kid, just decommitted from Georgia. Miami's pushing hard. UCF also, because Rockledge is up in that area of the state. Doing due diligence, pushing, and we'll see which way it goes. But that's a known name who's been on campus multiple times. So him, Zaquan Patterson, also from, you guessed it, Chaminade. He's a 4-star safety. Big Cam Franklin from Alabama. Like I said, great name, great player. He's a guy, LJ McCray from Daytona Mainland. Papa Afua, his first name is Sendre, the offensive lineman from Seattle O'Day. All those guys, at the top. Chris Cole from Salem, Virginia. Also in there, Aiden Breland from Mater Dei. Ryan Wingo, Dylan Stewart, David Stone, and there's somebody else. T.A. Cunningham used to live in California. He's transferred a bunch. He's at Miami Central right now. may or may not be in this class, may or may not be leaning somewhere else. Colin Simmons, a top defensive end prospect from Duncanville, Texas. And there's more than that, but I would say those guys are names to know at the top of the class, at the top of the list. And yeah, we'll see which way things go with those guys, but like we've done some of the veritable discount shopping, as it were, in terms of recruiting, but right now we're kind of focused on name brands. And those blue chippers, all that I just named, are those name brand kind of recruits. So that's where you're looking, and we'll see, how things go.